On January 2nd, around 11 p.m. Eastern Time, news broke that Major General Qassem Soleimani, one of Iran's most powerful figures, was killed by a U.S. airstrike near Baghdad International Airport. Following the news, many world leaders weighed in, some praising President Trump's command, while others condemned his actions, fearing retaliation from Iran. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, made it clear that they will avenge the death of Soleimani, while Iran's foreign minister Mohammad Javad Zarif tweeted out the U.S. bears responsibility for all consequences of its rogue adventurism and referred to the incident as a U.S. act of international terrorism. The attack on Soleimani comes just days after an angry crowd approached the U.S. embassy, which led to U.S. Marines being deployed to boost security. Ever since the news broke of the airstrike, people have been questioning what's next. Will this be the start of World War III? What's happening, guys? Happy New Year and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. We look to answer those burning questions you've always pondered, and today, given the recent chain of events and escalating tensions between the United States and Iran, we'll be answering the question, what if Donald Trump starts World War III? I'm your host, Jared Bronstein, and before we get into it, a friendly reminder to subscribe, click that bell icon to never miss a video, and share this with a friend you think would be interested. As always, I'll be replying to some comments from a previous video at the end of this one, and let me say now, I do apologize if I get any pronunciations wrong. I did look them up, but unfortunately, not all sources are very reliable. And in regards to the information in this video, well, I do have sources, but unfortunately, it is very hard to find a non-biased source, so I did try to find as many articles as possible with non-biased information, but again, there's no way of knowing for sure. But for now, let's get talking world wars. Now, it's no secret the US has been at war with Iran for decades, years. However, over the years, those who have been elected President of the United States, from Bush Sr. to Trump, have urged they would like to make peace, or at the very least, de-escalate the situation to the best of their abilities. As we know, that has yet to happen, and with Trump now in office, it seems the US has been making moves to show the world they're not afraid to go to war. Now, although the history of this war goes back decades, it seems the most recent series of events started after a US contractor was killed in a rocket attack on a base near Kirkuk, Iraq on December 27, 2019. Following the attack, President Trump tweeted out the US will respond to the attack. He also noted that Iran is orchestrating an attack on the US embassy in Iraq, and that the United States expects Iraq to use its forces to protect the embassy. The US retaliated just 2 days later, on December 29th, by bombing Kataib Hezbollah militia bases, killing at least 25 fighters. The US defended their attacks on the Kataib Hezbollah militia, claiming they had been carrying out repeated attacks on Iraqi bases that host US-led coalition forces fighting the Islamic State group. The attacks were on 5 buildings, including weapon stores, as well as command and control locations, which will hurt their ability to follow through with future attacks. After locals held funerals for the militia fighters killed in the US attack, protesters gathered and breached a reception area in the US embassy in Iraq. This led to US troops using tear gas to push back. The Marines were also sent to the US embassy in Baghdad, and it was confirmed by US Defense Secretary Mark Esper that about 750 soldiers would be deployed to the region. Aside from defending the US embassy, Trump also ordered a strike which killed Major General Qassem Soleimani, among other Iran-backed militia figures. The United States and President Trump see the death of Soleimani as a major win. More specifically, Trump stated Soleimani was directly and indirectly responsible for the deaths of millions of people. However, although the US sees this as a win and believes Soleimani was behind the uprising of the Kataib Hezbollah militia in Lebanon, as well as other Iranian militant groups, some fear the repercussions that will come from this. Soleimani, although he was not a political figure, was seen as the second most powerful figure in Iran, behind only Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Soleimani was also leader of the Quds Force, which was an elite unit of the Iranian Revolutionary Guards. He was seen as a hero to many, and since the attack, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has said severe revenge awaits the criminals responsible for his death. He also said there will be 3 days of national mourning for the loss of Soleimani. This has led many to weigh in, wondering what the revenge will be, when, and where. The United States defended their actions, stating it was done to deter future Iranian attack plans, and a statement from the Pentagon claims Soleimani had been developing plans to attack American diplomats and service members in Iraq and throughout the region. President Hassan Rouhani released a statement saying Iran and the other free nations of the region will take revenge for this gruesome crime from criminal America. His death had redoubled Iran's determination to stand against America's bullying. So it's clear there will be retaliation, but whether it happens overseas or on American soil is yet to be determined. happened. Other leaders around the world weighed in as well, with Iraq's Prime Minister condemning the assassination of Soleimani, seeing it as a dangerous escalation of regional tensions. Russia claimed the attack was a murder and a reckless step by the US. Lebanon's Hezbollah group called for his death to be avenged, and Israel's Prime Minister said the United States had a right to defend themselves and praised President Trump for acting swiftly, forcefully, and decisively. So as you can see, Iran and the US are now reaching new heights of their escalating tensions. Other world leaders are divided, with some speaking out against their allies' actions and others praising them. Unfortunately, there is no way of telling what all this will definitely lead to. Since the Cold War, there have been fears of a World War III happening. People love to speculate, whether it's involving the United States and Russia, China, or Iran, that the United States will be going to war. Personally, I don't think it'll ever get to that point again. But again, only time will tell. I do believe there will most definitely be a retaliation and repercussions after the most recent attack pulled off by the United States. When and where the attack or possibly attacks happen is yet to be determined. Unfortunately, it seems this back and forth will continue and will claim the lives of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of innocent people caught in the crossfire. So to wrap up, is President Trump going to start World War III? Most likely not. Hopefully we've learned from the past that world wars never end well. That being said, if it does somehow get to that point, I do believe nuclear warfare may be involved. North Korea could possibly see this as an opportunity to strike the United States as well. And they may not even have intentions of teaming up with Iran either, simply just seeing the war as an opportunity to take down their biggest threat. It's unclear who Russia would back, but it'll be very interesting to see what other countries get involved. Of course, any ally of the United States would immediately send more support than they already have to help their troops, and it's quite obvious Israel is among them. But a very scary reality is that when it comes to war, there really are no rules. Even if there are rules or agreements put into place, someone always goes back on their word. And if this does escalate to a third world war and nuclear warfare is involved, well, unfortunately, a very scary reality is that we may very well be on the brink of extinction, or a world as seen in Mad Max. Either way, it's not a world I would want to be a part of. It's also important to mention, this is President Trump's last year in office of his first term. Unless he gets reelected, there is a possibility that another president has to pick up wherever he leaves off. Depending on their beliefs, how aggressive they'd like to run the country, and which other world leaders they mesh with or don't see eye to eye with, could change a lot of things. This could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on where you live and what your beliefs are. Yet again, unfortunately, this is an only time will tell type situation. So there's no way to truly determine what would happen until we ultimately know who is running the United States of America come January 20th, 2021. And also, I guess it depends what happens between now and then. Now, as always, please let me know your thoughts on all this in the comment section down below. Even as I record this, things are happening, updates are coming out, so if you're watching this and some information is missing, well, now you know why. But let me know your thoughts below. Do you think this is going to start World War III? For now, let's lighten the mood by responding to some comments from the video, what if a black hole replaced the moon? Raszoda said, short answer, we will probably die. The end. Long answer, we will probably die, but in a really cool way. Here is how. I guess it is a pretty good way to kind of summarize it. I mean, again, like I said, if a black hole replaced the moon, like we wouldn't get sucked into the black hole because it has the same mass, but more so like how did that happen is the scary part, you know? The dumb one said the real question is, what if a black hole replaced the Earth? Where would we go? I don't know. I mean, we'd probably die because we'd be moved out of the inhabitable zone, so we would just maybe freeze, and I don't know. We wouldn't be able to live. Like there wouldn't be enough oxygen. We would just die. Wherever they were, I don't know where the Earth would go, but wherever it would be, we would die. Ice-T said, when you're so early, all you could see are the free giveaways. Well, I hope you took advantage of that. You know, I hope you guys are all big fans of LBQ. I'm actually giving my first 10 subscribers a gift. I'm kidding, guys. That's me making fun of all the people that leave those comments. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. It is a scary thought that the possibility of World War III is right around the corner, but like I said, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Share this one with a friend you might think is interested. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you felt informed and you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe and click that bell icon. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Very happy New Year to you all.